2.
It's on.
And we're live.
I don't know how we're doing this.
Hey guys.
So
This is so weird.
It is, right? This is a special episode of Not Your Relationship Goals.
This is ladies' night. And the vibe is right. Oh, ladies' night.
Fuck around, we might have a spinoff, the Jas and Triena show.
Right.
So we're here tonight. And we're recording early. Well, not early, same time. So we always record on Wednesdays.
Yes.
But we live in Atlanta and it's Super Bowl.
Oh my God. It's insane.
Our resident DJ / producer, HD,
pew, pew, pew.
He got booked.
See, baby, you got some punes tonight.
He booked and busy. So he's not here. So I was like, hey, let's just do girls. So Barry, we're not attacking him.
We got him kicked out.
Yeah, I think
he's voted off the island today.
Would turn into like a Attack Barry show. So it's the girls. You got us for the next however long we do this.
Yes. So Triena here.
And this is Jas.
And this is the Not Your Relationship Goals / spinoff Jas and Triena.
The Command Culture edition.
Yes. We about that life.
So on social media earlier, we asked you guys for some questions. We got some really good topics. Some are still coming in, so we might do a little spitfire at the end. But our very first question was about dating while plus. As we're two plus-sized women.
Voluptuous women.
So the question was if we'd had any trouble dating because of our size. If so, speak on it. If not, speak on it. So I'll let you go first.
You already know my answer.
Miss Godfidence.
Miss Godfidence, exactly. You know, it's crazy. I've never had an issue with date. I could bag a nigga skinny or fluffier than anything. I could take your man, my city girls. No, but for real, like I can recall, I think my first interest in guys was like middle school probably. Yeah. Like when I was sneaking and talking on the phone around that age, right? Mm-hmm. And I just remember like never having an issue like getting a boyfriend or getting a dude to walk down the hallway with me because, you know, that's how they like marked that they were in a relationship.
Right, holding hands, holding your books.
I never encountered that. And I don't know why. I mean, I was significantly larger than all of my peers, but I was just never insecure. So right. I don't think, you know, my size mattered. And I also carried I really feel like it's about how you carry yourself. Mm-hmm. Like I was just as cute, just as fly, had the same outfit as the size 2 girl. Like I remember in 8th grade, I was like 140 pounds. Like that's pretty big for an 8th grader.
Yeah. I just remember the sizes. I remember like 5th grade.
Yeah.
I was like in maybe like whatever the 16 is for
kids. Yep.
And then I remember going into middle school, like going straight to like a 1.
No,
like going to like a 9.
Beat. I was about to say, I remember going from a 16 in kids to a 11. Like I've
in juniors,
never,
right?
Yeah. I have never been a 6, 7, 8, 9.
No.
Never in my life.
No.
I think the smallest I've ever been is a 13, like a 11, 12, 13, something like that.
I was probably like, well, I was a 9 when I was in 8th grade, but I was a 9 in teens. So
yeah, like, me too.
That was a big ass size.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever been
you on the large
digit.
Side of juniors as a kid, basically.
Right. Because back then it only went to like a 12.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't even have 13s back then. Like it stopped at 12.
Yeah. So like my experience growing up, I can't say that my size had anything to do with my dating life. If you know me, you know I'm like very much so like I don't give a fuck what I be looking like at all.
Wait, even in like middle school?
It was worse.
Really?
If I could show you pictures.
I think I'm bringing you out of that shell a little bit though. We be getting our nails done and shit.
Yeah. The nails.
Like, yeah.
But I'm very much so like a creature of
Jas been sending me birthday outfits and stuff.
Special occasions, I'll get dressed. But like for the most part, like I was like sweatpants, t-shirts, flannel shirt. Like I never dressed on trend. Right. But that's also because like I didn't go shopping and stuff. So like I would just get whatever I got whenever I got it.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff. The only time that I remember as a child, and I'm saying child meaning under 18, my weight ever being like an issue or a thing was in high school. I think it was like during like one of the periods where I was like not a hall person, but an office assistant. Mm-hmm. And I was walking to go get somebody out of class, or I had just gave them something from the principal, something, I don't know. I was walking through the hallway and some guys that I knew from like elementary school, they're walking and like we passed each other in the hallway, and as I'm walking by, they're like, yeah, I would ask Jasmine out, but she gotta lose a little bit of weight. And I was like, I don't even like y'all, number one. In my head, I'm saying like, I don't even like y'all.
Fuck you, nigga.
Right. Like, what makes you think I want to date y'all, number one? So that's the only time like when I was young that ever had anything on me. Mm-hmm. For me though, I wouldn't necessarily say being plus size was the thing for dating. My thing was being tall. Got it. So like everybody that, I don't know what it was, like all the tall guys in school, they wanted the little 5 foot nothings or the 4 foot 11s.
I'm one of those 5 foot nothings.
You were dating, they were dating like 6, 7 dudes. And I'm like, and then like all the 5'8" dudes trying to holler at me. I'm like, no, you gotta be the same height, at least standing up. I can't be taller than you. Mm-hmm. But now, I will say people are a lot more open to dating plus size women than they were back when we were younger.
I think also even I remember when like I went to college, like I remember thinking that I was gonna be, I actually felt the I guess stamina of being plus size, right, more so in college than I did like growing up. And I think it's because by then my body had developed, like I'm gonna have the curves that I'm gonna have. By then, like I'm not like that ugly duckling turning into a swan. Right. I'm grown by this point. And I remember like really that was when I felt the intimidation of being plus size, I think, the most. But it still wasn't an issue because I just always naturally found the person who didn't mind, right? You know, a plus size person, right? I think it's definitely more so
a you thing.
A you thing, a personal issue that you have to deal with. Because I don't think, I mean, I've been teased, you know, and I'm not saying like nobody ever picked on me, but yeah, people have noticed that I'm plus size, but did it bother me? No, fuck them niggas. That ain't my nigga.
Right. I think exactly what you just said. Like you have to be confident in yourself, and a lot of times people, and I don't even understand where this comes from, but people expect you to not have self-esteem or to not care about yourself just because you're plus size. Right. Like that may have been my only gripe, like growing up and stuff, is like if I felt like we would go to the clubs, right? Oh yeah. And it's always some random old niggas in there. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, okay, why all the regular, like all the random like granddaddies or like the busted uncle niggas? They always want to try to come. Like I got options, boo. Yeah. Like you're not my only option. Like I used to feel that way, and I think it was because of the way that people approached me or approached, you know, just women of size. Period. Yeah. Almost like you have no other choice. It's almost like
they're intimidated. Yeah. Like it's like I've experienced a lot where, you know, a lot of times men are intimidated by a bigger woman. Yeah. So that's also been like one of the things that I've dealt with, like while dating as a plus size woman. Like sometimes you might be too much for them, and that's cool. That's just not your boo. You need to keep it moving.
Somebody that can handle all this woman.
Want that, right?
Hello. And even when you feeling down in the dumps and you like not feeling hot about yourself, when you find that person, like they don't care. Mm-hmm. They don't care at all. Because I know, like, for me, my life, I've always been plus size. Like, from elementary school, I feel like. But right now is the biggest I've ever been in my life. So I go back and forth about, oh, I don't really like how I look. Or, oh, this or, oh, that. And Barry's like constantly like,
yeah.
He actually doesn't like me talking negatively about myself. Like, I wish you would just shut up. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. But I'm just like, physically, this is what I would rather appear to be. Like, I ain't trying to be skinny. I just would go back to when I thought I was fat, I want to go back to that.
Yeah, yeah. That good, comfortable. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I hope that answers your question. Do you be confident?
Yes, be confident. And don't let these niggas, like, fuck with you. Like, you got this, girl. You fine and you big, and that's cool.
Right.
Because there's a lot of skinny, insecure girls out there, too.
They're actually probably more insecure than we are.
Way more.
That's the crazy part.
Right.
So, yeah. The next question, Triena.
My question?
Yes.
Okay, let me see what I got. Oh, let's get serious. All right. So, someone asked, hey, whoever asked this question. Someone asked, after the age of 35, or I guess we can just say after 30, because Jas is turning 30. Yay. I'm 30. So we'll say after the age of 30, should women be concerned about their biological clock ticking? And, you know, if you're looking to have kids, what would you suggest if you haven't had any yet? That's a good question, by the way.
Very good question.
I feel like Jas and I really touch on this topic a lot.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to be coming from a different area than Triena, only because, and I think I spoke about this before on the show. I have a tumor. It's called prolactinoma. Because of it, my body thinks I'm pregnant, so it's hard for me to get pregnant unless I go through like all the infertility stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I kind of don't want to go down that route. So for me, I've already kind of like clocked out on the having kids thing. Like, years ago.
I haven't clocked out on her having kids, though.
Nobody's clocked out on me having kids but me. I do feel like when it's supposed to happen, it will happen if it happens.
Yeah.
But I've kind of like stepped away from the wanting it to happen. So if it doesn't, I'm not.
When did you step away? When that happened to you?
Maybe like 2 or 3 years after.
Is that a defense mechanism, though?
Probably.
Okay.
So just because
what I was wondering was, like, did you want kids before and then you found out that, and now it's just like you built this wall up so that you don't get let down?
Yeah, pretty much.
Got it. Okay.
That's exactly it, actually.
Dang, I'm good. Call me.
But
I'm Oprah. I got it. I got that gift.
But so what I will say is that if you are considering having kids and you have not yet, I would take those precautions, especially if you're a woman of color, because like our mortality rate is going up every day with pregnancy, which is crazy because we're literally like Mother Earth.
We are Mother Earth.
But I think definitely take all the precautions that you need to take, if that's freezing your eggs, or, you know, even if you want to just go it alone and get a sperm donor and just have your child now and maybe have another one later when you have a partner. Like, I would definitely try to have it sooner than later, especially if it's your first one, because then also that brings complications for the child.
Yeah. So I'll say, and I don't even know if I've ever shared this before, Jas. I will say that I'm actually really nervous about the concept of having kids. To the point that when I go for my annual this year, this is so deep. I hope it ain't like a whole bunch of guys listening to this episode. This is where you clock out, guys, okay? You can just hang up, okay? But when I go to get my annual this year, I'm actually gonna have those conversations with my doctor because I'm 30 and I actually have baby fever like a motherfucker. Like, I am so excited about like having a kid, seeing HD be a dad, like. And I try not to talk about it too much just because I'm really nervous. Mm-hmm. I'm nervous about like the entire thing, like conceiving, carrying. Like, it's like all of these things that
Your body
has to go through, and people don't realize, like, it's actually really hard to get pregnant. Like, that's not people make it seem like, oh, you could just get married and get pregnant, and it's like your window of getting pregnant is like a ounce.
You can get pregnant like one time a month.
Yeah, like literally, you have a window, and it's like playing soccer, and if you miss the goal, you fucking just miss. Like, so
try again in 30 days.
Yeah, it's just really I'm very anxious about it, and I'm not like looking to have a kid right away, but I just want to know when it's time, is it going to be easy? Am I going to I'm kind of like scared to start trying, cuz I know that I have like a I don't even know what you call that, like I don't know, like an aggressive personality. Like I become too passionate. And then I don't want to be that wife that's like, let's go, I'm ovulating.
Let's do it now.
I don't want to do that. I have an obsessive personality. That's what I'll say. And I don't want to turn into that wife that's like, I'm ovulating, let's go. And then sex becomes
a chore instead of pleasure.
I just don't want to go down that road. And then the other part of me is like, HD and I have been together for 8 years, and let's be real, we weren't using protection.
Same here. That's why I'm like, when it's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, so a part of me is like, maybe God was just looking out. He knew it wasn't my time, and I didn't need that at the moment. So I understand, to that listener, like that feeling of anxiousness that you have, because everything is the what if game.
Right.
But what I've learned, like one of my closest friends is actually going through fertility treatments, and she's like getting pregnant and it's not working out, and then she's trying again, and I just see her strength, because that's a process, and it's been over a year of doing that. Yeah. But it's like you just have to take it and ride the wave regardless. And that's whether you're doing fertility treatments, that's whether you are freezing your eggs, that's whether you are adopting, like whatever is for you is not going to miss you.
Right. I think I would rather go the adopting route, but I don't think Barry would want to adopt.
Really?
I don't think so. I think
I could adopt.
Yeah.
But it would have to be arm baby.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I can do anything. That's for sure. But I would want it to be an arm baby so that we can really
bond from beginning.
Yeah, from day one.
Yeah. Like, I think that's what it is too. Like with Barry, I think he would want to have a baby if we adopt it. And which I'm okay with that. But there's a lady I follow, Nicole Walters. She adopted 3 girls who were sisters. So she adopted like all of them. So there's like a little baby that I think she might be like 6 or 7. Then she has like a 16-year-old and then a 20-year-old. Yeah. So I think that's cool. I would do something like that too. If, I was in the place to take like a whole family of kids. Right. I would do that too.
And then one other thing that I will say, and this is something that I've been trying to take a little more seriously. For that 30 to 35 or however old you are, like, our biological clock is ticking, but I think our bodies are much stronger than any clock. So it's about how you treat yourself. Yeah. So like eliminating those meats, making sure you're eating the right amount of like things that you need in your diet, like those omega acids and like things like that. Like, you really have to eliminate all that stuff, because you cannot conceive and hold a baby if you're not healthy. It just don't work like that.
Yeah. And I will say, the first thing, if you're plus size, I don't know if you are, listener, but first thing they're going to tell you is you got to lose weight. And that's period, because apparently like your body can't carry if you're over like a certain threshold of weight. Only reason I know this is because a coworker of mine was having trouble getting pregnant. She was going through IVF. Her doctor told her she needed to lose 25 pounds. This girl was skinny as a stick. Like, why are you losing 25 pounds? Yeah. Like, so, and we hear it all the time when we go to the doctor. Just, be ready.
That BMI be too high. So that's another, at that point, it's about, is your child worth it? Yeah. Is conceiving worth it? And so we just have to make those decisions, because 9 times out of 10, everything we consume is trash anyway. So we just got to get better.
Yeah. I'm about to take this 22-day challenge with Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Well, HD and I gave up meat.
Ooh.
We've given up meat. We are slowly eliminating sugar. It's been very hard because if you know me, you know I'm addicted to soda.
I was about to say, it's hard for you, right?
It's really hard. We still consume grains, but we're not consuming like bread. So yesterday on my Insta stories, you guys saw that I made a meatless lasagna, but it wasn't pasta noodles. It was made out of chickpea. Yeah. So, and chickpea is a fatty, it's a fat. So, and it's a great source of protein. So I'm really trying to like do better. I'm not even trying to like just lose pounds. I'm just trying to do better.
Like,
so
just
that
be healthier, have more energy.
Yeah, just so that I can like actually walk up a flight of steps and not
be breathing like a bitch. Like
right. Like how I came up here today.
Listen,
wheezing.
That was the thing. Like when I first moved in here, I was like, "Ooh, Barry, I can't walk up them stairs." Now I can walk up a little bit faster, but I need to get to where I can walk up any stairs and not be breathing or not be like, "Oh, let me take my time."
Listen,
before I get up here.
Right. Exactly.
But so the adoption thing. How do you feel about like blending families?
That is so much drama. You know what? It's not bad. I come from a blended family. Like I literally come from the Brady Bunch. My dad had how many kids did he already have? He had 2 sons.
Okay.
And my mom had 1 son.
Okay.
And then they together had me and my sister.
Okay.
So I have 5 siblings. Well, it's 5 of us. But it, my household was definitely like more kids on the weekend. Your brothers go back to their mom's house Monday through Friday and they come over on Saturday, Yeah. So I understand the concept of blending families. I think it's definitely doable, but it is a lot of work. Like you're basically forming your own team and you got to deal with all of the personalities, all of the backlash. Somebody already has a prefixed perception of you because of what they heard their mama say or like it's like all of these things that you really have to make up in your mind. None of it matters because at the end of the day we all family.
It's only the children that matter.
It's hard though.
I've never experienced it clearly.
All of your siblings are like y'all, like it's
all of them because I'm the first one. So all of us are all of us. But I will say that I know people who have, like Barry is with a blended family. So I know people who have had that happen, and it wasn't necessarily for the best. Like my cousins, they have a blended family, and like they didn't like their mom's new husband, so that didn't work out. They now live with their father. Right. So like,
and it could be that toxic. Like I've been in scenarios. I mean, thankfully my family was pretty much blended. I have one brother that I don't talk to. We just don't see eye to eye. I love him, but we just don't have that level of communication. And I don't really fuck with him like that. Honestly, I just don't like the person he is.
Right.
But that's my brother, and it's all love.
Right.
Whenever I see you, you just stay your ass over there. But it can definitely be a toxic circumstance. But I've always been a believer that blood don't make us family.
No.
Like I got people that I don't even fuck with and they my blood.
Right.
So if I can make my friend work for me, then surely
you can make your family work.
My family work for me.
Yeah. I think if you're going into a situation, like you have to have already made your mind up that you're willing to work towards a good, positive, cooperative, like blended.
We just need to tolerate.
Like we ain't gotta like each other, but I'm not gonna badmouth you in front of your kids. You not gonna badmouth me in front of your kids. And that's where the
problem is always.
It's always
that that kid who heard their mama talking about they daddy's new wife, and now they come over to the Christmas sleepover,
right?
With a with a little nasty attitude. They don't even want to respect her, right?
And
it just doesn't work right.
Yeah,
and that's to me, that's the grown-up's fault.
Yeah,
like, it's like,
sure.
You know better. Don't even be doing that.
For sure. I think my sister and her boyfriend, they do it really well. Because he had a kid, she had a kid.
Okay.
They're both boys. They're both, I think, the same age, if not a year, a few months apart. So, they do really well together. I think, too, because it's a man and a woman coming together. Right. And, like, the mom is kind of, she crazy. But the son really likes my sister. So I think it works really well together because he's too young to know what has gone on or what's going on. So, and they've also worked together well enough. Like, my sister stepped up and, like, tried to start building a relationship with his mom. Yeah. She invited her over for Christmas, like, taking those steps to, like, just make sure we can at least be in the same room with each other.
Yeah.
We don't have to be best friends. We don't have to be Will and Jada and Cherie. We don't have to be like that.
And that was hard.
Listen, they went through it. Yeah. So, and I think if you're gonna take on the challenge to become a blended family, then you have to take it on with the good and the bad. Yeah. Like, there's no leaving.
Yeah, for sure.
That's that.
And it just takes effort, honestly. It's so much easier to say, I don't fuck with that person, right, than it is for you to actually try and understand why that person feels the way they feel. Right. So it's just, to me, anything is fixable. Anything can be resolved and blended. You just gotta put in the work, just like any other relationship.
Yeah. Work. Yep. Work.
Work. So, Jas, speaking of families and stuff like that, in order to build a family, sometimes you got to tie the knot. And if your man is taking forever, hey, Barry, he's going to kill me. Siri heard that too. Right. If your man's taking forever, would you ever propose?
Fuck.
Oh my God, my ears. Why? No. You wouldn't pull a Chrissy?
No.
Nah. That's disgusting. I hate when females propose.
I mean, to each his own.
No. That shit ain't right.
I don't think it's right, but to each his own. I feel like if that man wants you, that man is gonna make you his.
Well, so, how do you feel? Maybe not getting down on one knee propose, because that's a little extreme. And that's, to me, that's just like disrespectful for you to even let your girl
get on the floor.
That. Yeah. Like, baby, get off the floor. What is you doing? Don't get your knees dirty. Unless it's for
down on your knees like a top notch.
But, like, would you ever, like,
No.
No, let me finish.
The answer is
would you
no,
ever
Alex.
Would you ever initiate the marriage, like, hypothetically speaking? Like, I think at one point I was like, HD, let's just go get married.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I've done that.
Okay.
But
what if he
clearly
actually,
we ain't never done it.
Yeah, but what if you took it seriously and was like, Barry, can we just go get married? Like, I want to go. And then y'all go get married. Like, technically, that's you proposing the idea.
So I did that. We were going to get married this year on our 10th year anniversary. But I told him, I was like, I just want you to propose. Like, we can go do the wedding at the courthouse. We ain't got to tell nobody, nothing. I just want you to propose to me. I just want him to propose to me because I want to see. I think a part of it is he's not a very emotional person. Yeah. He's very much so, like, he has emotions. Yeah. But he's very much so, like, he lives in logic. Right. So a lot of what he says and a lot of what you get is just like him logically thinking and just like, nope. Doesn't make sense. Not gonna do it. Right. So I think that's a part. Like, part of that is, or part of me wanting him to propose is a part of that. Like, to see the emotions and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And the romanticism, I think, of it. Yeah. Because he's not a romantic at all. Mm-hmm. So I feel like, when he does it, even if it's not like flowers all on the bed. You know, if it's not some kind of romantic gesture, like the fact of him, you know, planning something out and doing all that kind of stuff, I think that's more important to me. It
has you eager.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I told him, I was like, you just need to propose to me and then we can go and get married and nobody has to know. Like, that was one thing. Or we were going to do a surprise wedding at my birthday. But, like, we've talked about, like, all this stuff.
But how does Barry respond? He's like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Legit. Like, he's like, yeah, let's do it. I'm down. And then it's me. Because I'm really just like, I want you to propose. He doesn't propose. I'm like, that's the only thing you have to do. I've already got everything planned out. You ain't got to pay for nothing. You don't have to do like.
But he said on the last episode that it's because of he wants you to not be in control.
Right.
So what if for the remainder of 2019 you don't say nothing?
That's what I said, and I say that every time because I'm always like, why are you doing this to yourself? Yeah. Like, why are you doing this to yourself? You know this thing is crazy as fuck. Yeah. Like, why are you doing this to yourself? And so then I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna talk about marriage again. And then then I'm on like Instagram or Pinterest and like a really pretty dress or a really pretty ring comes and I'm like, Barry, look. So, you know, it's just gonna be a cycle until it happens.
Those days are gone. When I tell you I unfollowed all of those damn wedding pages, fuck all of that shit. Yes. Because I remember right after the wedding, you know, I would go on Instagram and I'd be like seeing rings and seeing pictures of people's wedding. I'm like, I don't have a desire to look at this.
Right.
Unfollow. Like, I just went and unfollowed everything. Yeah. So I never even see that stuff anymore. It feels so good.
I think it's just beautiful. Like, it's just
It is. And I remember being obsessed.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, looking at After the Owl and looking at Mona Lucci and just being, like, googly eyes over everything. And then it's like, it happens and it's gone.
Right.
And it's a great feeling.
I think that's what it like because I haven't experienced it for myself yet.
Yeah.
And
it's normal.
We shoot wedding films.
Oh yeah. So you're around it.
I'm always around it and I'm always like, oh, this is so beautiful. Like I literally have like the tearjerker moment every single time.
Yeah.
Like every single time because it's you can feel the love and you can see the excitement and
it's an amazing feeling.
It's an amazing feeling.
And even like I remember even like, you know, wedding planning, it was a lot of fun for me. Yeah. Like it just came natural because we planned stuff. So I never had the dreadful moments that a lot of people experienced. Just because naturally I'm a great planner. Yeah. So I'd be excited for you to experience that.
I'm excited. I'm also kind of anxious, just like with the guest list stuff, like stuff.
I hope you adopt my personality when it comes to that.
I don't know. What was yours? If you had,
oh yes, I don't even know if you guys knew this. So our wedding, we only had 85 people. It was amazing, wasn't it, Jas?
It was.
It was like the littest wedding ever.
It was.
But we invited 100. Like we sent out 100. We knew we wanted a small wedding, and we sent out 100 invitations. 85 actually confirmed and came. Everybody who RSVP'd actually came except for one person, and that's because she had the flu, so she couldn't make it. Oh. But our rule of thumb for our wedding day was we didn't want anybody to be a stranger in the room. So if you didn't, HD and I have been together for 7 years. If you didn't know us, like each of us personally, then you weren't invited. So yeah, so like I had like
that doesn't narrow down my list.
Right. Well, you know, not even know us personally, but if we haven't talked to you, like if we haven't, you know, like I didn't want to have to go up to anybody and be like, oh, you remember HD? Like you should be able to come up to him yourself. Right. And be like, good job, my brother. I'm proud of you. Right. Like, and the same thing for me. Right. So we had like aunts and uncles who weren't invited. We had like cousins. Like I told you, my brother, he wasn't invited. I only had two brothers there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really just about us. And if they weren't there genuinely for us, they didn't make the list.
Yeah, that still don't help me narrow down my list. Because I'm legit like, okay, like with...
And we also didn't have +1s, by the way. This helped because instead of giving people +1s, we knew who had a significant other. Like, we knew who had a substantial relationship with somebody. So it was like the invitation would be written out to Jasmine, Hall, and Barry Howell. Like,
okay.
So, if you was a single person, you couldn't just write nobody's name on there because we didn't want any strangers at our wedding.
That's true. That might narrow it down a little bit, but still not that much. Like,
well, good luck. I'm here and I'm excited.
I'm thinking, like, I have my family, like, immediate family alone, just me, my mom, my daddy, and my sisters and Keyshawn. Like, it's 7 of us as a family, not counting my sister boyfriend, his son, like, our friends, y'all, like. And that's just me.
I get it.
So I'm just like, this is overwhelming. I have entertained the thought of, and this is not crazy. I've probably pretty much already planned out my whole entire wedding. But I have entertained the thought of us doing like maybe 50 to 75 people. Like people that live in Atlanta and like his family from New York. Like his mom, stepmom, dad. Like
and
that
just say
family.
It's a local thing.
That and then just like do like Facebook Live of the ceremony.
That would actually be appropriate.
It would be appropriate, and like it's us. We literally own like a media company, so why would we not do that?
Yeah,
so I feel so
the wedding list is like the most stressful part, honestly.
I told my mama
it wasn't for us though.
I told my mama, I was like, you can't invite anybody.
Well, and you know what's crazy? I'm so thankful that like my parents are really easygoing, and HD's mom is easygoing. His dad is a little more like traditional, so he was like, "Why aren't y'all inviting my siblings?" And we were just like, "Triena ain't never met them, right? Like, let's be honest." Right. So but my parents, like, I pretty much they didn't have any requests for invitations. Like they just let me kind of do it. It wasn't. And honestly, I've been to weddings where, the parents had control over like some of the invitations. It might have been a third of the invitations they got so that they can send to people. And that's when weddings aren't fun for me, because it's like, it's a bunch of old people, or people that don't want to dance. Right. It's more fun when you genuinely know everyone in the room. Right. Like, because then the dance floor is always full,
Exactly. That's, I kind of have like so what I told her was that, because we've been together since we were in our early 20s. So we obviously know friends of hers and my dad's who know us both. But I'm just like, they're not my friends. So, thanks, but you can send a gift.
I mean, and that's when you choose to invite them to your bridal shower. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like little things like that.
Yeah, probably not.
Same. I'm telling you, I was the exact same way. Like, I was just like when I had because all of my showers were in Tuscaloosa. Right. Because that's where my home is. And
that's
my
why
mom
your
was
girls
like,
are.
and my mom was like, you don't want to invite such and such and such. I'm like, no. Like, she's like, well, they gonna feel some type of way. And I'm like, okay. I'm good.
Only thing I'm kind of like, so I feel like me and Barry might end up having like a lot of co-ed stuff. Like, I'll still have my bridal shower or whatever, like my bachelorette
but y'all have
weekend
mutual
with my
friends.
Girls. Yeah, and like, I want like my guy friends to be a part of all of the fun too, like, because I don't want it to be.
You have a lot of guy friends.
I do. Like, I literally have more guy friends than girlfriends.
Yeah, that's fine. So like, maybe instead of having a bridal shower, you have a wedding shower, and it's like a
for
cookout.
The both of us. Yeah,
and they can, it'll just be like mutual things, like house gifts,
like
or
house
like
gifts and stuff like
restaurant cards, or like whatever the case may be.
And we can save the girl stuff for our bachelorette trip.
Yep, exactly. Or you could have like a bridesmaid lunch or something, breakfast or something like that.
Oh no, I'm going on the trip.
No, I mean so you could still have
have the bachelorette weekend and
so you can still be showered by women, so you can get your lingerie, like that kind of stuff.
I don't want that stuff.
Jasmine, I'm buying you some goddamn lingerie. It feels so good. I just bought some last week, and HD was like, "Ooh, what is this?"
Barry don't care about that shit.
Listen,
like, he legit be like, "It's not gonna be on." So
what's crazy? Here we go, changing the subject again. Y'all, every time we have a show, we have an outline. it just never goes according to plan.
It's fine.
But I be like, I really, really try to like, be a little, sexy for my man. But then I said the other day, I was like, but nigga, you ain't in these same shorts that I've seen you in since I met you.
Hello.
You still got shorts from 2010.
Barry got Pokemon shorts he go to sleep in. The fuck I'm put on lingerie for?
I do that too. So sometimes I just get in the mood. And I really think I get this from my grandma, because my grandma used to go to sleep so pretty, y'all. Like, she used to polish her nails before bed.
Oh, wow.
Like, and she used to have like the old school fragrances that you like puff. Yeah, she would like take her rollers and put them up pretty and put her scarf on and puff her neck and put a little powder on before bed, because you had scented powder back then that smelled like yeah. So she would like put all that stuff on and have her little satin nightgown on. And I really think that's why I like if you know me, every time I go shopping I buy a new nightgown. I bought one today.
Yeah.
And I just like going to sleep pretty. It just makes me feel great.
Yeah, I'm very much so like tomboyish. Yeah. And my mom was like that.
But I be want to tell HD, like, I want to see some new boxers.
Buy him some.
I do.
Oh. And then they just
get
fall to the wayside. And he go right on back to Old Faithful.
Yeah. Like, I'm so sick of that old dog with a hole in it.
We need men lingerie.
They have some. It's a little fruity. It's a little.
No, I don't mean like the penis
sexy
with the penis
just
out.
nice pajamas.
Like just nice pajamas.
Well, so I usually buy him pajamas for Christmas, and then I usually buy him like some around like spring too. Mm-hmm. But he never, initiates anything. So that's the only time he get new pajamas.
Your man and your PJs.
I just need to start picking him up some pajamas too.
So, while you're picking up pajamas, are you willing?
Oh God.
To let HD be a stay-at-home dad, or a stay-at-home husband, not dad. Well, dad in the future. He can do all the shopping.
You know what? So it's levels to this. My rule is you gotta work. Like, I don't care what you do. You can go to an office every day. You can build a house once a month. You can DJ. You could do video. You could do anything you want to do, but you got to have some type of income coming in. Right. Because everybody has to work.
A man who does not work, he does not eat.
He does not eat.
That's the Bible.
Now, you don't have to be the breadwinner.
Right.
But you do have to work in some form.
Right.
And so even if, like, because I think HD and I have a very non-traditional relationship. I go to work every day in the office, and he works, but he can work from home. Like, he has his skills that he do at the house. So if we got pregnant today, he would technically be the stay-at-home dad, because I'd have to go back to work in 4 months.
But that works because there's no daycare.
There is no daycare, and you still work. Right. Like, you can work from home. Right. So I just need you to figure out your, stay-at-home dad ways so that you can still hustle, because you need some money. And we
need this money, honey.
Yeah. Especially in 2019. Like, there's no way that we can just survive off of one person's income, even if that one person is making buku. Like, unless you out here
making hundreds of thousands of dollars a day.
That's different. Right. But realistically, as a middle-class citizen, it's just no way for us to live off of. Yeah, it's just no way. Especially if we're trying to hustle and get ahead, because I'm trying to retire like at 45.
Right. So, I'm trying to be on a yacht.
Right. Like, somewhere. I'm trying to just be chilling.
At 40 if I can.
If we can't put that money away, we can't do nothing.
I think we can do it in 10 years.
Yeah, that's my goal. I need to be out the game in 10 years.
I think we can do that.
Doing what I want to do,
Like running a business, not hustling the business.
Exactly.
I think that's doable.
So do you believe in stay at home? Time out. HD is actually a great house husband.
Yeah, I was gonna say Barry too. He's the house
more clean than us. I think we already said this.
Yeah,
they're more clean than us
because they called us messy last time.
Right. What's crazy is we cleaned up yesterday, and I came to HD. He was cleaning the bathroom. He was putting his elbow into it, and I was like, "Hey." He turned around like, "Hey," and I was like, "Thanks for cleaning up my mess."
Oh, so you are messy.
I did. I told him that I am messy. I'll take messy. I'm not dirty though.
Yeah, dirty and
dirty
nasty, those
gross.
are two different things.
Yeah.
I'm like a clutter person.
Same.
So
everything. So what he does when he cleans up our place, he just takes my stuff and pile it on the bed, and then it's my responsibility to go and put all the stuff on the bed up and then clean up that room. So he'll clean the whole house, and then I just control our room.
Right. That works.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
We kind of, because it's just us and we kind of already have a system, so the junk is in the room.
Right.
So I just have to make sure I control my closet.
Yeah.
As long as I keep stuff where he can't see it, then we good.
He's okay. It's out of sight, out of mind.
Right. So and then we clean the bathrooms and stuff together. So.
Could Barry be a stay-at-home dad?
He could. But because we've talked about this before, because we have the media company or whatever, it makes more sense for him not to have a regular 9-to-5, so he can just do whatever he needs to do whenever he needs to do it.
Yeah.
Especially, most of our client base are full-time creatives or entrepreneurs who don't have that 9-to-5 schedule. Right. So, he can definitely do it as long as he's working.
And that's all that matters. That's how HD's the same way. I'm like, look, I get, studio nights go until 6 a.m. It's no way for you to really have a functional 9-to-5 if you in the studio until 4, 5, 6. Sometimes the sun comes up
and I'm still working.
Yeah, and I'm at home by myself because he's still out in the studio and it's no windows, so they don't even know what time it is.
Right. And that's done on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not watching the clock oh, we gotta go.
Exactly. So I think we both kind of decided, because HD stopped working at his 9-to-5 a year into our relationship. So he's been an entrepreneur for about almost 8 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think we've just adopted this lifestyle and it works for us.
So Barry and I would always entertain which one of us would be the stay-at-home person.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm I'll do it if I have to.
Yeah.
But that was before we started doing the business as heavily as we are now.
Right.
So the business really picked up. So that's what he stepped into, and now it's okay, I'm gonna go out and I'll get a regular job.
As long as somebody hold down the fort, because the reality is, in the relationships that I think both of us have, we don't look at it we're really teammates.
Yeah,
it's a team.
If you down, I got you. Just as if I was down.
Where I lack, you pick it up. Right. Where you lack, I'll pick it up.
It's a team effort.
It'll get it done. Because in 6 months, the roles might be reversed.
Exactly.
And now Jas is at home and Barry's out grinding.
Right.
Whatever the case may be.
Right. So I'm okay with the stay-at-home husband and boyfriend as long as
money is coming in.
Right.
It's different if you just at home not doing nothing.
Because that's a bum.
Right. And that's what we don't do.
That's a bum. Even if it was a woman being at home not doing nothing.
Yeah, and
that's a cat bum.
And that's true, because my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and
but she was at home taking care of the house.
Not only that, she hustled.
Right.
She would do things my mama done sold everything from Herbalife to Tahitian noni. She was getting her own checks.
Right.
But she was just doing it from the comfort of her own home because she knew she had 5 kids.
Right.
And had to do things for them too. So it just made more sense for her to be at home.
Right. So
you can grind no matter where you at.
Yeah, in all things, especially in 2019, because the internet, literally, there's jobs every day that pop up for work at home. Absolutely. Remote work. That's my goal. My goal is to be able to work remotely anywhere in the world. Yeah. So if I can do that, I ain't gonna never be home.
Nigga, you made it.
I ain't gonna never be home. You hear me?
Just on a cruise in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, I got my hot spot. It works.
Right.
Any other questions?
Let me see. Yeah, I have a good one. Would you be okay? Where is it? Hold on.
I got some.
Would you stay with your significant other if their family hates you?
Would I stay with a significant other?
Or I guess if you hated his family also.
I don't know. I've never.
That is hard.
It depends on how close their relationship is. Because if they also hate their family, then why does it matter? But if they have a very strong bond or tie with their family, then I have to remove myself from that. Or I have to try to make the family like me.
Right.
So.
I think it also depends on like what the scenario is. Like, are we early on in the relationship and they already cutting up? Or have we been like together for 5+ years and something happened and now the family hates me? Like, what are the circumstances? I think because I can put up with anybody because I can pretty much like, I built this, I don't give a fuck attitude.
You're a chameleon.
Yes, I can blend and, be fluid.
Right.
I'm cool under any circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So if a person don't like me, I can pretty much just like
ignore you.
Get a laugh out of it.
Nice nasty.
Yeah, I definitely know how to be nice nasty. So that wouldn't be an issue, but the issue might come, like I would probably have an issue with the person that I'm with not addressing that there is an issue. Like it's like, you gonna do something about this?
Right.
Or are we just gonna hate each other?
Which one?
Yeah, so
are you gonna
I think I could be with somebody
family?
who I don't really care. I don't like their family. Because you're not really.
Can you marry the person though? Like, I feel like if you don't like the family and they love their family.
Well, I know people who've done it.
I don't think they're happy. I wouldn't.
It depends on how much you're going to be around that person though. Like,
yeah.
If his mama ain't gonna be around and she doing her own thing, then that's one thing. But if it's like my mama who's always around,
then that ain't gonna work.
yeah. That's why you gotta really look at the circumstance.
Yeah,
because I know a lot of people who don't really mess with their significant others, like family.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories.
Yeah,
I've seen it. My daddy, mama, and them didn't like my mama.
Same with my family. My family, like my dad's side of the family, they never really liked my mom. And so because of that, growing up, there was always a significant difference in the way that me and my siblings were treated and like the other cousins.
Yeah.
So naturally, we just didn't really mess with them. Like,
exactly.
Eventually, we just started doing Christmas at our house, and we grew our family.
Right.
Fuck all that other shit.
Right. And it's kind of crazy, that you say that because, I think because of my mom's relationship with his family and like how they treated her, like he almost kind of like distanced all of us.
Yeah.
So like, I met one of my cousins when I was like 23 or 24 and she's like talking about his mom, like, oh yeah, grandma this and grandma that. And I'm like, I ain't talked to this lady since I was 13 years old. Like, but rightfully so, because she also treated us like bad. Like
you were the other.
Yeah. Like we stole her son from her. And I'm like, that's our daddy. Like,
yep. I know that
like, this
story
is crazy.
Way too well.
So, yeah, life. It happens.
And then it has a funny way of happening because the same thing happened to my mom and my dad. Like, they didn't like my mom. And then years later, my grandma got sick and needed my mama to take care of her. And boom, like, who wiping your ass now?
Right. It'd be like that.
And that's like exactly how it was.
You definitely have to be careful of how you treat people because you never know when you'll
the person
need them
you
again.
couldn't stand in here wiping your butt.
Exactly.
You need her now.
That's crazy.
So, and your other siblings ain't nowhere to be found.
So, one last question.
She got ratchet.
One last question before we get out of here. What's the difference between talking and dating?
Ooh.
It's been so long.
It has. I think it's levels. Like, I think you meet a person, you talk to them, you date them, you are in a relationship with them. Like, I don't see dating as like being in a relationship. Oh. Like, to me, dating is like courting. Like, we're going out. It's casual. It's not that serious. Because you can date multiple people.
Yeah.
So I take talking as in we just kikiing it up in a text message. You sliding in my DMs.
Yeah.
You know, like, we're just talking. Yeah. Literally texting back and forth. Building that.
Y'all haven't went anywhere. Yeah. You just like, you like him, he like you, but y'all hadn't really done nothing with it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to me, that's what talking is. Like, oh yeah, we talk.
So back in the day, talking was we together, but we not like serious.
That was dating without a title. That was your no title zone.
Right. That was like what are we doing? That was before the what are we doing question.
I never tolerated that.
I don't think, like I might have only had one relationship where we kind of just like was hanging and talking. I
had one relationship,
and it went to, and girl, I was like, oh, and I never
almost
again.
Lost my mind.
Listen.
Yep.
Lost your
almost
mind.
went left eye on a nigga.
Well, I didn't do that.
I learned my lesson, though. Yeah. That was a hard lesson for me.
I learned my lesson pretty fast. What's so crazy for me is I think because I've been with Barry for so long, since I was so young, people don't remember or like realize like I've had other relationships outside of him.
I low-key be forgetting my other relationships, though.
Me too. But, and like, so when I would have, like, when my friends, we would be talking about relationship stuff, and then I'm like, oh, well, but you shouldn't be allowing this, and you shouldn't be doing that. Like, they're looking at me like, girl, you got Barry. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, bitch, I used to be in your shoes.
I used to be in these streets.
I just learned a lot faster, like, what I'm going to deal with and what I'm not going to deal with.
Yeah. I'm actually talking to a friend of mine now who has pretty much always been the other girl, you know, like, and she didn't even know it. You know, she just thought they were taking it slow because he said he wanted to take it slow.
But he been fucking around with other
But
bitches.
he had a whole nother situation in another state type thing.
What?
And so she found out that, you know, she was basically the afterthought. And now she's learning the lesson of you can't dwell in that space of, well, what's understood don't need to be explained.
Nah.
We just talking. Like, you can't, as a grown woman, that's cute when you 17, 18, 19. But as a grown woman, you cannot dwell in that space because that's how you end up permanently single when you in your 40s. Because you've been tolerating this whole, we just doing what we do and we not gonna put a title on it. No, like we said a couple of episodes ago, titles matter.
Put some respect on my name,
when
shawty.
You get a job, you got a title. They not saying, oh, you just the receptionist / you just answer the door, okay? Right. Answer the door. You know, like,
they telling you that. They not giving you the passwords and the keys to the door and the alarm system codes just for nothing.
Just for you to just answer the door, okay? Just do whatever happens. Whatever need to get done, do it.
I think we as women don't treat ourselves like vaults.
Yes.
Like we give our...
What's the passcode, nigga?
We give out
Put your eye up to the screen. Let me see if you got access.
Biometrics, bitch.
Yes. We play ourselves. It's like we sit around here, we call ourselves queens, and then we do fuck girl shit.
We do peasant shit.
We do, yeah.
No more peasant shit in 2019.
Yeah, you gotta. It's ridiculous. I don't even remember what we was even talking about just now. But no, like you can't. Nah.
You have to. The part about it is
you can't be talking to no niggas in 2019. Okay.
Nah, you gotta put some boundaries.
Yes.
Find out where you going.
And the thing about it is, what I learned is when you set and establish boundaries, that makes them move. Like that makes them want to dig deeper, find out more, get to know you. Like they do the groundwork once you establish these boundaries. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be intolerable, but you should have a standard.
Yeah, and I think also have a standard, but also have a standard that doesn't move.
Absolutely.
So like for me, my thing was I'm not having sex. So when I was telling people I'm not having sex, niggas was dropping like flies. And that's great. because I ended up finding Barry and he wanted the same things I wanted. So I think too, like, you have to know what you want and stick by it. Don't
let no nigga get you off of your mission.
Right. Ain't no dick, no abs, no back rubs, no deep voice, no smile with a dimple, no none of that shit, no beard gang, no waves like the ocean. Ain't none of that worth.
What'd you say, 360 waves?
360. She's swimming. Ain't none of that worth you. And
and it's not gonna last.
Your standards. Yeah,
it's not gonna last. Just because you lowered your standards to let somebody in to have access to you, then once they get there, y'all don't even have the same type of values, because you've basically lied to this person by lowering your standards. So now he thinks that you're something that you're really not. He's not even knowing what you're how valuable you are, because you've shown him that he can do anything just to get in. And that's not the real you. Like my friend who I was talking about, who was basically the sloppy seconds. She was the sloppy seconds over a man who wasn't even for her. Like, she is bubbly. She likes to go out and dance. She likes to, be like pretty much.
She's outgoing.
Yeah, and he's not. Like, he's cute. He got the six pack. He's tall, but he don't want to do nothing. He don't want to get on the dance floor and dance. He don't want to be spontaneous. He don't want to jump out of a window, to skydive. But that's totally some stuff that she would do.
Right.
So now you're lowering your standards for somebody who doesn't even align with the values that you've had set. So now you're just playing yourself. You lying all across the board.
Just bad business.
For a nigga that can't do nothing for you. Because once he get in there and y'all make it official, you going to be bored in 6 months, because he don't even align with your morals and your standards and your values. Y'all can't even grow together because y'all don't even like the same shit.
This is true.
So it's just a fail.
All
across the board.
I mean, and I can't put it no better.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
Respect it or check it, nigga.
2019, we cannot be in the we talk zone.
No, we're not talking. If you're over 20, you can't just be talking.
No,
you need to know what's going on.
It's okay to know what this is. And if he can't tell you that, then that's not who you're supposed to be with. Yeah. Period.
For sure. So, I think that's a good note to end
Hopefully
on.
Those were life lessons from Jas and Triena, because we done been around the block a few times.
A little bit. This
was fun. I like this.
This was fun. I was a little nervous at first because I was like, I don't know how long we're going to be talking.
How long was it? It's been an hour.
We're at an hour, so that's good.
Check us out.
We made it.
Nigga, we made it.
So guys, thank you for listening. Please send us topics, questions, comments. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know like what you like.
Let us know if you like this episode. If we should do one, like the one-offs.
We might even let the guys come and do something on their own so they can just talk their shit.
Oh my God. This is for you, HD. Don't be out here embarrassing me in advance, okay?
Also, we're gonna make you a shirt that says "Don't embarrass me."
Right. And it needs to read just like that. Don't embarrass me.
With inflection. So yes, please let us know how we're doing.
Yes.
We definitely appreciate the feedback. We definitely appreciate the comments and the topics and y'all listening and following and all that stuff.
Yes.
Because clearly without y'all coming to listen, we wouldn't be doing this. So
right. And y'all are steadily coming.
Yeah.
Like y'all like this shit. So and how many episodes is this?
I think this is like 12 or 13.
Yeah, so clearly this is a whole season.
Yeah. We got like a whole TV show worth of talking.
Yes. So we doing something right.
Yes. So hit the website, www.notyourrelationshipgoals.com. You can leave us questions.
Please leave questions and topics.
We did get some extra questions from today from when we posted that we're gonna save for when the guys come back, because we feel like it's better to hear from both ends.
Yes.
But thank you everybody who sent us questions, sent us topics, sent us comments, sent us complaints, sent us concerns. Like, whatever you've done, however you've engaged, thank you.
We appreciate it.
And with that, I think we are outie 5,000.
Deuces. That was good.
I don't know if I did it.